Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to showcase this technique a little bit that I got going on. Uh, so what we have here is I have Deepkin Flesh by Citadel. I've just put this all over the parts of the model that I want to be skinned. This is one of the aberrant models for GSC. And then after that, I've taken some non-oil, thinned it down with just some regular glazed medium, and done a translucent layer of non-oil over the Deepkin Flesh, and then once that dries, a translucent layer of Carroburg Crimson over that. Once that dries completely, I've done a layer of super glue. So just regular Loctite super glue. You can get the brush on. It comes with a brush applicator inside the bottle, so you don't have to get a separate brush or mess up any of your paint brushes. And then you let the super glue dry for at least an hour. Let it set completely. And then once you've done that, this is what you have. So I've taken Carroburg Crimson and I've gone over the super glue with it. And as you can see, especially like on the head here, or turn the model around to the back, I've let the Carroburg Crimson pool on the model purposely to give me some more paint to work with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 99% isopropyl alcohol with a paintbrush, and I'm going to start to dissolve the Carroburg Crimson that I've put over the super glue. And the super glue is going to act as a barrier to the alcohol and the rest of the model. And the alcohol starts to dissolve the Carroburg Crimson. As it's dissolving, you can kind of take your brush and you can literally just push the paint around the surface of the model. And what it does, as it takes some of it away, you get these little striations that are left. It starts to look like veins, capillaries. It really starts to make the skin look more alien-like. Gives it more of a grim, dark effect for your alien skin. And then what I'll probably do after I get all of the Carroburg Crimson the way I want, you can actually come back with another layer of super glue. The glue kind of acts like a save point. So you get this part the way you want, do another layer of glue, and it'll act as a barrier once again to keep the crimson the way we want. I'll come back with Drakenhof Nightshade, which is more of a blue. And I'm going to try that this time and see if I can get even more veins and designs over the skin. And you can do as many layers as you want. The glue will just continuously act as a protective barrier. And it really allows you to get some cool effects on your models. It's really easy to do. It's not hard at all. Just make sure that you let the layers of shade dry completely before you put the glue on. If you try to put the glue on and the shade isn't dry completely, too much moisture, you'll get this like frosting effect from the glue. So just make sure that the shade is dry completely, and then you want to let that super glue dry for at least an hour before you come back and try to put your shade over the top of it. And then what I did is I just did that layer of shade over the glue before bed, let it dry for almost 24 hours before I came back and used the alcohol. But as you can see, it works pretty well to really dissolve down the paint and make these really cool alien skin effects. And then as you can see, so on the head where we originally did it, now we have, instead of that big pool of shade, you've got more of those striations, and the alcohol will dry pretty quickly, and then you can still come back again, depending on if you get the result you want or not, and still push some of that paint around. And then once you're happy with the designs that you have, then you can just let it dry and then come back with that next layer of glue. But that's all there is to it as far as doing your alien skin with the super glue technique. So gonna let these dry. We'll come back with another layer of glue, and then we'll try out the blue over top of this design. Thanks, guys.